Good afternoon and welcome to GrainTV for January 10th, 2013. To my left is Logan Burgess and I'm Brock Shimbado. Today is one day before the USDA WASDE reports. Let's turn over to FireTip to see what happened in Chicago. Corn was up 4 cents, beans up down 7 3/4. Wheat in Chicago off just a quarter cent, and Kansas City off 4 1/4 cents as well. You know, Logan, early on this morning we did get some export activity. We had some sales of wheat going to Egypt. We had some sales of soybeans going to China, but that really did very little to sway this market today.
Yeah, you're right, Brock. Pretty large sales to China reported this morning, close to 600,000 metric tons. Half were for the current marketing year, half were for next marketing year. But like you said, I mean, we see soybeans trade down 7 3/4. Clearly, people aren't really focused on that in today's action. Like you said, tomorrow's the big story: crop production and the January USDA WASDE report. Just kind of a general overview of what the trade's expecting for soybeans out of tomorrow's report. Looking for an acreage reduction, a slight bump up in yield, and on net, looking for about 17 million bushels added to production. Certainly, they're looking for a slight revision higher as well to usage numbers. On net here, looking for a relatively unchanged ending stock number, coming in about 3 million bushels higher than what we saw in the December report.
So it looks like we're going to get a little bit of higher production, a little bit higher ending stocks. You know, usage, you said it was going to be a little bit higher. What couple numbers are you going to be looking at in particular tomorrow?
You know, export sales, I think, are going to be really important to watch. We've seen those really be exceptional here throughout the current marketing year. I think there's a chance that we could see a 25 million bushel to 50 million bushel revision higher there for export sales. The crush number is interesting as well. We saw the USDA revise that 10 million bushels there in their December report, and we saw a pretty strong showing out of the crush sector in late December from those NOPA numbers. So I think that there is the possibility we could see a bit of a revision there, but I think that there certainly is a chance we could see kind of a bullish surprise for beans tomorrow. I feel a little bit better about the bean market going into tomorrow than I do about corn.
So if you're a producer, you're looking short term for tomorrow's report, what's your play? And if a little bit longer term heading into planning, what's your play going out that far?
Yeah, you know, I don't think I'd necessarily want to put a cap on this market, maybe some puts on the downside. But I think it's going to be important to see what we get from tomorrow's numbers and then kind of reevaluate your marketing strategy, certainly if you're sitting on unpriced bushels. The big question for me is we've seen the soybean market come off quite a bit here. And I have a big question about where is the bullish news going to come in the coming months. We have large expectations for the South American crop. I mean, there's some people looking for an 83 million metric ton number out of tomorrow's report for Brazilian production. I think that's going to weigh on things. And we already know that export sales have been running exceptionally fast here throughout the marketing year. So it seems like that may have been priced into the action already. I think that there is some downside risk. But like I said, let's wait till tomorrow. We're going to get some good demand numbers there and then kind of give us direction moving through the rest of the marketing year here. That's kind of what we're looking at for beans. Brock, I know you focused on corn earlier today, kind of same thing here. What's the trade expecting? What's your personal take on things?
Yeah, I guess the average of the analysts for projection for harvested acres is to be down by about 700,000 acres. Yield is to be up just a little bit. That's going to give us a net reduction in production by about 60 million bushels as an average guess for the analysts.
Yeah.
Something that's kind of a little bit different than that, though, is we're seeing ending stocks, an average guess of up about 20 million bushels.
Right.
So how's that all going to shake out? Well, there's a couple areas that we need to pay attention to on the demand side.
Right.
As we know, export sales have been running well behind pace. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a 25 million bushel export reduction for corn in tomorrow's report. And then also ethanol's been running well behind pace to meet current projections. So there's another area that we need to pay attention to in tomorrow's report.
Right. Same question you asked me. What's kind of your play right now as a producer sitting on stored bushels? What's or even projected bushels? What's kind of your take on this market? What are you looking for tomorrow?
You know, as it sits right now, it looks like we could get a slightly bearish report for corn. I would definitely have some downside protection, either a put strategy or, you know, being even a little bit more aggressive. I would sell some futures, looking more long term heading into planting. Right. There's already been some talk of about 97 to 99 million acres being planted for next year. So if that does happen, we're definitely going to see the market head quite a bit farther south in the coming months.
Certainly. Well, we'll have to wait and see tomorrow. That report's coming out at 11 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. A new report time. Normally we're used to getting them pretty early in the morning, so kind of an afternoon release here. But we'll be tweeting about that report as it comes out live on Twitter. At GrainTV is where you can find us over there. And if you want to get some live quotes set up at your house for tomorrow's report, visit us over at grainhedge.com. Take a no-obligation free demo there. Take a look for yourself. But I think that kind of wraps up our show here for Thursday afternoon on GrainTV. Thanks a lot for joining us, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for the big report.